All right, Coach, here we are, 1-0, getting ready for the home opener. Just a quick look back at Carolina. What jumped out at you that you liked, and what do you have to do better to continue this momentum?
Yeah, a lot that you like, a lot of good individual performances, but we felt like we could have played better early offense, certainly score in the red zone that allows you to have a bigger lead than we did. So those are the type of learning opportunities for us where when you have a chance to put a game away, you got to do it, because otherwise these teams are so good. They can come back in no time, as we found, and then you got to be lining up to kick a 58-yarder to try and win the game.
For 47 out of 50 plays, your defense held them to 2.2 yards a play. We know the other three. One was a weird one where McCaffrey picks it up, but a couple coverage malfunctions, we'll call it. How confident are you guys can get those cleaned up? Because otherwise, that could have been an incredibly dominant defensive performance.
Yeah, you're right. And so those are disappointing, those two plays, because you never know what play is going to change the course of a game. It might be the first play, it might be the last play. So it's just a reminder with a young football team, you have to be about your business. You can have no lacks in your thinking, no lacks in your technique, those type of things. So we'll learn from it, but it becomes us knowing our job and doing our job.
What did you see from Jacoby in his first start?
I thought he did a nice job. Loved how he finished, obviously. But there are plays that he will make that I know he was frustrated that he missed a throw. That's going to happen. That's football. But he'll be better in that regard. And then to end the game in a 2-minute drive, to make a couple huge throws for us in that 2-minute drive was outstanding.
How about Donovan Peoples-Jones? It felt like every one of his catches was a catch of great importance, and I'm sure you're referencing one of them on that last drive, the second down, where Jacoby's about to get hit by a free blitzer and just ropes it in there, and Donovan makes that catch with the guy right on his back.
Yeah, Donovan is so reliable. We've talked about it over the years, and that means the quarterbacks really trust him. They know where he's going to be. They know with his big frame he's going to come down with the ball if they give him a chance. So I think you saw it early in the game where we went to him, and he made some plays, and then late in the game, in no bigger moment, that, as you mentioned, he made the play.
We had talked about going into last week how excited you were to see Nick and Kareem actually out there. Well, you got to see him, 213 yards total offense and 2 touchdowns later. What did you see from that tandem they were electric?
Yeah, they were very fresh. So I've seen it in practice for a few weeks, and I knew that they were ready to go. I knew offensive line, tight ends were ready to go. So they're sore this week, which you expect after the outing that they had, but they're resting up, and that's they're so important to our success. Teams are going to try and stop the run every single time we play them. We're going to run into tough fronts. They're going to make plays. They're going to break tackles, as we saw the other day. But it was a very impressive outing for those guys.
All right, let's talk about the Jets. They come in after losing to the Ravens in week number 1. Some talent, though, on both sides of the ball for this team.
A lot of talent. I think it's a good football team. We're very familiar with the schemes, with Coach LaFleur coming from San Francisco, running a similar scheme to what we run on offense. Obviously, Coach Saleh and Coach Woods was with Coach Saleh in San Francisco, so there's a ton of familiarity there. So the schemes are going to be something that we need to go to school on, but we did play against our defense, play against our offense throughout training camp, so we got a ton of good reps versus schemes that we expect to see. But I really think they have talent on all 3 levels of the defense. They have a ton of skill players. They have a good offensive line, a veteran quarterback. So we're going to have our work cut out for us.
When you have that kind of familiarity, does it come down to like a little nuance or a trick, or does it come down really to everybody executing and doing their job?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of trick-em in this game. I do think there's things you can do that make it tough on the defense or tough on the offense, but for us, it becomes a rules game. It becomes make sure you follow your rules, you execute, and you'll be okay.
The fans, you're going to get to be in front of the fans, 1-0. The guy on your sweatshirt right there is going to be right at the 50-yard line. What are you looking at for the environment and the excitement for that home opener?
Yeah, I mean, our fans bring it. Every time we're down there, they bring it. That's energy for us. That's juice for the players. And it's crowd noise. We love when our crowd affects the game, and it happens all the time on those 3rd downs and 4th downs. They affect the game and how loud they are, so looking forward to that.
What are the keys to getting it done here on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it goes back to every week, the turnover margin. We have to take care of the ball on offense, and then we have to get it when we're on defense or special teams. We got it just one time there last week, which was a great interception by Grant. The ball was on the ground a couple other times. We didn't come up with it. So that will always be our focus, about attacking that ball on defense and then taking real good care of it on offense.
Well, after all, we're 18-3 under your head coachship when we've either won or tied the turnover battle. So I'd say that's a pretty good stat and a pretty good predictor of the Browns getting a win.